Colt starting competitions that both Dan and I have had the pleasure of competing in. So here he's just, like I said, getting a bit of a feel for him. He's getting a bit of control of the shoulders, the hindquarters, getting a bit of feel in the halter. You can see it's quite a daunting task for a young colt, and especially here, like I said, a show horse. He's in great condition, so he's got a little bit of extra life about him. Probably hasn't been in an environment with so many people sort of staring at him in an indoor arena with all this atmosphere. So he's going to be a little bit lively here to start with. Dan's going to just work that down a bit before introducing the Australian stock whip. The other horse in the corner,
driving whip right here, is that I'm just using a little bit of pressure from my hand at the end of the lead, just asking this guy just to move that shoulder away from me, around me, and then softening through that neck. Because that's going to be the importance of what I'm going to be looking for, being able to help take that control. And I'll offer and just bump on him as soft as I can to begin with, allowing him to move around. I want to really start to draw that focus of this guy before I move any further.
Now, how many of you guys out there have enjoyed Equitana?
Right too, mate.
Hey, I thought horse training was my forte. It might be crowd control.
So a bunch of you guys noticed what it was that I was looking for, and when I found that release there, and it wasn't the Spanish walk that I was looking for. And I'm just going to keep repeating this exercise on this side, and I just want to get it to where when I start to, good, okay? And it's very, very mild. And all I'm looking for is for that softness laterally, and then for him to kind of like move just around me a little bit, then just stop and go, and take a breath, okay? Reach out here and rub on him again. What I don't want is for his first initial reaction to be that he steps towards me. And it's not that he's bad or he's, being, ignorant about it. It's just simply that it's something that we, haven't gone through and done with him. And I just want that reaction right here. The reason I'm using my lead instead of my whip here, just in this piece, is because if I find that I need to get two of my hands on the lead rope, that I've got them both already here instead of sort of dropping my whip and having to go to that second hand to the lead. So again, I'm just, just annoying that shoulder there, just asking of him, just to move that shoulder around me there. Good. There. Good boy. Reach out and rub on him. Okay, once more like that. Just move that shoulder. Good. Reach out and rub on him. What about you do a bit more crowd control there again?
All right, let's do some. And this is just because I think you heard Pirelli down the end, didn't you? And you just wanted our crowd to be louder than his crowd.
It's not at all.
Yeah. All right. So let's see if we can start an applause. But again, recommending this at home is to go through and get your groundwork applied first, so you already have that control established before introducing the whip. So again, he's using the same timing that we used when we applauded the horse, okay? He's waiting to make sure that horse understands initially here to stand still. You can see him getting aggravated there, just holds on. Still holding.
Go, gadget arms.
Good boy.
Good. Woo! And there comes the release. There's one I prepared earlier just out in the arena. And again. Go through and move around his body.
Okay, so one of the things I'd like to point out just there, like you could see that this guy was a little uncomfortable and, wanting to move his legs. Now, as long as it never gets to a point where my safety feels like it's being sort of taken for a ride. I'm just going to ignore those expressions and that stuff that he was showing us right there, because I want him to realise that the quicker that he gets back to this relaxed peace of mind and stand still, that pressure is going to come off. So I feel that at this stage is going to help us achieve what we're looking to do much quicker than trying to sort of take any action and worrying. I'm just completely ignoring those facial expressions and what he's doing with his front feet there.
Dan wants to move over his body. Like this horse is, initially, going to get used to it in this one position. Then we want to bring it into a more similar position to what it would be if you were under saddle. I mean, eventually this horse is going to get started under saddle. So we desensitise horses to the stock whip, not only on the ground but under saddle. A lot of people ask us, why do we do this, desensitising with the whip? Well, it's a really good tool. I mean, you don't just have to be a cattleman to be able to use one, or a stock horse rider to be able to use one. When you think about it as far as what you're achieving here with the noise, the movement. I mean, we do these challenges, like I said, starting colts, and we've done them in America, and a lot of it you've got to throw ropes off them in the final. So if you can swing this whip and crack it around his ears, you're going to be able to throw a rope. So we don't even worry about showing our horses a rope. Take them in the final and we can throw that rope off them all day long. The noise is another one. You get a horse used to this, all of a sudden he's used to an applause. You see a lot of horses that compete go into an indoor arena and there might only be a handful of people there. They give a little applaud, and I see them near on dump their riders and leave. Okay, well, if you can crack a whip 2 inches away, take it a little further down. Maybe we should enter him in the challenge over there.
Yeah, let's
we've got an afternoon session. Maybe we'll break him in.
Boy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go about working on some of the other stuff. He reminded me of one of those guys in a Velcro suit trying to jump at a wall.
That is exactly what it looked like.
Okay, so right there when he steps there, move that shoulder away from me, okay? Because what he's going to do when I'm going about working on this, I'm just bumping him there on the cheek, because if he brings that cheek across, he's going to then drop that shoulder on me. Okay, and what I want to do is go about and not allow him to use that against me as an evasion. Good boy. Now, it may have only been a split second, but from the first initial attempt, there was actually applause in the horse standing still.
That's a bit longer.
And the best thing about this is I don't have to try to be a bronc rider and riding through this. The moment that I start to feel him move off, I, in a fashion, hopefully land back to my feet and repeat the process. Right there, I'm going to pick on that shoulder. The moment he drops in, what I'm using is my thumb, and I'm just agitating that shoulder as he goes to drop that shoulder in on me. There, you can see I move that shoulder again away from me. And that part there is so crucial because I don't want him to use that shoulder, neck or head as an evasion here to me getting up into that spot. Good. Chat and rub on him. And I'm going to keep this process up. Good. You can see that my palm of my hand there is set always in position. Just if I need to, block that shoulder and nose.
Yeah.
Very ticklish. We'll just rub it here a little firm and make sure that I, cover those areas, but don't give it an excuse by, agitating anything. Move it like that on the bottom of the feet too. Boy. repeat the exercise. Just want to get him to stand up there so he doesn't feel off balance when I go to that spot.
We've got a fair bit of time up our sleeves to get it right. So you don't have to be able to think, oh, well, I've got one day, I'm going to get on my horse bareback and crack a whip. It can take a week, take 2 weeks, and it's still very impressive in the scheme of things. What happened there? I missed it. Do it again. What happened? He's quick, this fella, isn't he?
You're talking about me or the horse?
A good match.
I want to rub it with my toes. I'm so scared.
Probably don't want to tell you you've got 2 minutes.
No, come on. They can have like...
Oh, we've got 5 now. 6. Okay. That's an auction, Dan. You're buying time over here. You got a question? The waterfall over here. Yes. Good, very good. Now this is where we go
cover him in a Velcro blanket. Yourself in the opposite piece and run.
and get lessons like Clayton. No, you work through your ground control and you teach the horse to straddle up alongside a fence. Okay, we'll hop up and we'll do this with the bigger horses and some of our staff here, our apprentices.
I'm going to remind you of this exact moment at Road to the Horse next year.
I'll be worried if I can get one little pop off like that.